Keep talking. Okay, guys and boys and girls, hello.
Hello.
Hello, buongiorno, how are you doing? UPIA, very good, yes? Okay, so my name is Flavio. Flavio. No Fabio. Do you know Fabio? And my twin brother. The city was too small for both of us. He had to run away. The good one is here, of course. The best is always in Italy. Okay, so folks, I will be your nightmare for the next 9 days of your life. At the end of the tour, yeah. More clap because we are leaving. Meanwhile, our driver is Alex, the rocket man. So Alex, as you can see, is not an Italian name. Alex comes from Austria with all your instruments, the big ones, because in Italy they couldn't find a better driver than him. That's why we have Alex with us. I don't know what Alex means in German, but Flavio means sweet man. And now we are in the ring road of Rome, in the main highway, as we call it, the GRA, Grande Raccordo Anulare, and we are going first to meet the first mafia place in Italy. You just pronounce this word, mafia.
Can we see mafia, guys?
Oh, don't worry, I'm one.
Okay. I know worry.
Okay, well. Yes, there's we have different ways. Yes, yes. Usually it's everything from the south. I mean, in this mafia place is completely different from the ones that maybe you have heard. In this mafia place, it's something that exists, approved by the government, by the local town hall of Rome. It's a place where all touristic coaches had to go through before getting into town. All touristic coaches, because we need to pay a permit. A pass, coach pass. So that's why we stop there in a few moments for I don't know how much, maybe 5 minutes. So if I tell you just 5 minutes, get worried. In Italy 5 minutes is half an hour, 20 minutes. We are very flexible with the time. It's very common. How long is the distance? 5 minutes walking. How long it takes? It's always 5 minutes. So it's up to you the interpretation of these 5 minutes. Just around the corner and you need to run a marathon of New York. Allora, first of all, welcome to Italy, the most beautiful country in the world after yours. Welcome to Rome. Rome will be our home for 3 nights, tonight, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. On Monday we leave Rome and we start our fantastic trip all over Italy. I think this is for all of you the first time in Italy, in Italia, yes. Oh well, we have some exceptions as usual. First time. Then of course, if some of you is looking for especially interesting things, here we don't have Disney World in Rome, okay? We don't have Universal Studios. We just have lot of art and culture, so those interested in museums, galleries, paintings, just let me know so I can point you out some places where well worth to go during these days. Then of course, even at the outside, the beautiful squares, the palaces are everywhere. Rome as how is called Rome? A nickname for Rome, do you know it? Brava! Brava, okay, Eternal City. Do you know why Eternal City? We never sleep. Yes, I mean it's related with that. Rome is the Eternal City because, as you know in our history, Rome is was the seat of the empire. So we had the emperor, those crazy people, Nero, Augustus, Tiberius, Flavio Vespasiano, my ancestor, who built the Colosseum where we are going tomorrow morning. So they have built so many great buildings that part of them were left also when we had just one king, one emperor who was the Pope. So the Pope used the old Roman archaeological site as a quarries and to take the material used to build something else during his age. So that's why Rome is called the Eternal City, and Rome is nowadays the capital of Italy, was the capital of the biggest empire ever seen by human beings. For the coins, yes. Yes, bravo, the wish. Well, 3 wishes.
3 coins? Or?
Well, it depends. Okay, allora, you go to Trevi Fountain and the legend, the tradition said that you need to throw 1 coin wishing to come back to Rome. So that's the first wish. 2 coins if you wish to find a new lover in Italy. Who it can be for girls like for boys. And the third coin is for a wish that you would like to get divorced from your husband or your wife.
1, 2, 3, all right.
So, as you can see in Italy, we have invented the cheapest way to get divorced.
Is it okay to throw American money in there?
Oh yes, you can throw all the money you like. And the good point is that you need just even 1 cent. It's okay.
You don't get less of a wish.
And they... The Trevi Fountain, they got something like 30,000 euro per month. And with the coins thrown in the fountain.
That's where we go.
Yes. So it's something like 45,000 bucks. Okay. So yeah, we are in front of us the Dome of St. Peter. Thank you so much to remind me the right dates. So the Dome of St. Peter, the highest peak in Rome, 300 feet high.
Where is that?
In Rome you can't build anything higher than the Dome of St. Peter, otherwise the Pope gets really upset with us. And we want the Pope to be a holy man, no upset with the Romans. Anyway, you are coming back, we are coming back to St. Peter Basilica.
We go up there?
Well, if you like, during your free time you can go up there, yes, why not? So tomorrow we are coming back here, so anytime you like, we are going to the Vatican Museum inside with a local guide. We will see the Sistine Chapel, and then we go also inside the Basilica, so you will have better... Yes, you can take many pictures inside the church.
With a few St. Peter's
No.
Basilica outside that building.
And now, UPIA, we are arriving in the city center of Rome. We are crossing over the bridge, the Tevere, the Tave River. This is the river where the 2 twins, Romulus and Remus, were found. And look to your left hand side, the Castel Sant'Angelo, one of the most beautiful and fascinating places of Rome. The old, we can see at the bottom, the bricks, the marbles belonging to the mausoleum of Hadrian, one of the wisest emperors we ever had. This is a fortress. If you have you read the book Angels and Demons, I suppose, right?
Yes.
Yes. So do you remember when Robert Langdon is in a castle in Rome and he take a towel and he start flying over like Superman? Yes, the castle is that one. And he arrives on the shores of the river. That's the castle, that's the terrace from where Robert Langdon threw himself like a Superman. So it's also a nice place to visit during your free time. It's a very interesting museum. It's an army museum. It was the fortress of the popes. When Rome was invaded several times during the past centuries, the Pope used to run from his palace down to this area to hide himself inside the fortress. And then you can see as well the ruins of the old mausoleum of Hadrian built in the 2nd century AD. So that's an example of what it means eternal city in Rome. Eternal city because you have an old Roman building reconstructed in the Renaissance, still present today. So you have different lawyers. Well, it's only in a city like Rome you can admire something like that. Okay, now we are in Corso Victor Emmanuel II. This is a very recent road open at the end of the 19th century, when Rome became capital of Italy. And just look at these palaces, typical of the time, neoclassical style, as we call it, with the typical colors that you will find everywhere in Rome: pink, yellow, orange, red, brown, and more or less the same colors, and to keep the same master plan and to give the same appeal of Rome. In Rome is forbidden to build new buildings. So what we have is what we restore, but you can't add anything new on these historical sites. Absolutely anything. Rome is a World Heritage Area since 1986.
Flavio,
Yes.
would you like a Twizzler?
Oh, mamma mia, thank you very much.
That means he'll be flexible.
Thank you, appreciate it. So we are approaching the beating heart of Rome, guys. I know that you are tired, but we need. It's better if we resist a little bit, mostly for the jet lag. So tonight you will sleep like babies. You will recharge your batteries, and tomorrow, bright eyed, bushy tail, ready to go. Now, right after this traffic light, to the right you will see some ruins, just columns, belonging to the oldest temples we had in Rome, 4th to 5th century before Christ. And this area is called Largo Argentina, Silver Square, because we only know about this temple that the rooftops were covered with silver. And the silver in Italian is argento, from Argento, Argentina. It's not the country in this case. And we didn't know the names of the temples, so we called them just with the letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D. And to the left, the Jesuit church, the seat of the Jesuit order in Rome. The tomb of Ignazio de Loyola is behind us as well. Okay, so and now this is the beating heart of Rome, Piazza Venezia, Venice Square, and then we take a look around the square. Danke. But before going there, in front of us, the seat of the Town Hall of Rome and the seat of the Capitoline Museum. So that's the Capitol Hill, one of the 7th hill of Rome, where we have this very important museum, which square was designed by Michelangelo, and also the palace in front of us, the Palazzo Sanatorio. Michelangelo is the artist, which you will hear many times tomorrow when you go into the museum. And now to the right is coming what is called the Vittoriano. Vittoriano, the monument built to celebrate the unification of Italy, thanks to that useless man over the horse, the King Victor Emmanuel II. Useless because he was a useless. The King Victor Emmanuel was the shortest Italian ever seen. That's why he was always represented over a horse. Then, if you like, you can climb up this staircase, and from there you may enjoy fantastic views. We have also elevators behind. They cost you €6, and you reach the very top of the terrace, and you will have maybe the best view all over Rome. Now here to the left hand side you have a small balcony. Maybe some of you will recall that that's the balcony from where Benito Mussolini, the dictator of Italy, used to give his speeches in front of the big Italian crowds.
Vienna, we're
the Auschwitz was an hour.
Here you are the balcony. And the balcony, well, this was the seat, the general quarter of the fascism, and there was always a light, even during the night time, because Mussolini was working for the Italians as well during the night. Of course, he was sleeping at home, but Italians still believed that if the light was on, it's because Mussolini was inside. Italians trust me, they believe that donkeys can fly. So they believed that time that Mussolini was working for them even at night time. And now here, the Vittoriano is also the monument dedicated for the soldiers died during World War I. It was inaugurated in 1912. To the left hand side, in those ruins where you have all those arches, that's the first wall mark. Do you know Walmart, right? Yes.
Yeah, public stores.
Yes, the public stores. Public stores in Rome. This is the Roman Forum, the Imperial Forum. 150 stores. Walmart was invented in Rome by Trajan, the emperor who built the market. 150 stores, bars, restaurants, bakeries. Yes, where you have all those arches. And this is ruins, 2nd century AD. To the right hand side instead we have the Roman Forum, built by Julius Caesar and the Emperor Augustus. And look here, the bleachers are set up for this big parade on Monday. So on Monday it's also public holiday, so nobody's going to work. And here, this is to the right, the royal seats for the President of Italy, the Prime Minister, and all the other Italian clowns that we have in our government.
Look at carved out the hill there.
I mean, only in a country like well, I don't know how you call it in the US, but in Italy is the only country in the world where you have the same politicians as 60 years ago, the same ones. They found the Saint Graal, I suppose, and we are the jokers of the entire European community from that point of view. Links. Okay, here. Now we turn to the left, the Colosseum in front of us, but we are coming back here again, and you will walk much better. You will see this area much better with a local guide, with the expert. Now in a short while we get off the coach, so please, if you like, get ready with your coins to throw in the fountain. Okay, so yeah, we are approaching the facade of St. Mary the Major. The facade was made during the Baroque 1600s, and then the mosaics behind the arches are dating back to the 5th and 6th century AD. And inside the church, all the rooftops is decorated with gold leaves, made with the first gold that came from America, given by the royal family of Spain to the Pope. Everything which is yellow colored in any Italian church is gold. It's not painting. Gold leaves. Links.
Oh yeah.
Is dinner at the hotel this evening?
Yes.
Do we have to dress like them people in suit and ties that we saw out?
Yes.
Do we do?
Yes, it's mandatory.
I'm not eating.
We have to go by a
It's
tell. As
mandatory.
long as you don't show your knees. We all have to be fitted.
That's why now.
I can tell you, all them people look dressed to the nines when we were leaving.
Oh yeah, they were sharp.
That's why we are coming to town to buy an Italian suit and a tie.
So we
Because
can eat
at the
dinner.
hotel, shoes, of course, Italian shoes, because
Oh,
at the hotel they
man,
require
leather.
you to
Yeah.
dress up for every meal. So we are part of the hotel as well tonight.
While in Rome, do as Romans do.
Exactly.
Well,
I need a barber.
they wear. Of Seville?
Yeah.
Figaro, Figaro, Figaro.
This is the three fountains. That was like
You a part of that.
Yeah, it's recording.
Well, we got hello.
Oh my God. Is that alive? Yep. Stuff like that in the end.
See you back here again.
Don't hear that.
On the gate, the big Valentino. Valentino as his resident over there. A very famous Italian designer. So now we arrive in the Spanish Steps. You have another fountain with drinkable water. The fountain is very good. It is called La Barcaccia, the ugly boat. Because in the 1700s we had a big flood in Rome, and they found a boat in this part of Rome, of the city. So an architect, Pietro Bernini, decided to make a fountain here, reminding us of that close and with that public road. Yes, this Bernini.
Yes, he's like one of the most famous sculptors of all time.
Ну вы тут слушайте, я пойду и спрошу.
Ну давай, мы зайдем сюда.
Вы идите в чем?
Did we drive our bus on this road not very long ago?
Not on this one.
I think we did. 'Cause we were on the
Yeah, we did.
And he pointed right there and he said, there's the elevators behind that building. I bet we were driving it. Yeah, here's a bus. I bet we were driving it.
Huh. 'Cause I was looking for this specifically.
Oh wait,
No, that's the flag of the European Community. These terrible things that these people invented. The European Community was born in Rome in 1954. Oh wow.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Found my college for this trip. Warning everybody about cars.
Wow. That's the scariest thing.
Gas station over there. Wow. Not much of a demand there. This looks like Florida with that palm tree. Yeah. I know. I could see a little.
No, I think since there are no rules and you make them up as you go, I would fit real well in this.
It also depends on what you've learned. I mean, a lot of people said they could never drive the freeways in Atlanta. Well, if you learn
No,
about
no,
the freeways
Atlanta's
in
pretty
Atlanta,
No, but these the rules right here. Here's the white painted lines, two lines, and they got and they got 4 lines of traffic.
Yeah.
I've driven in both Boston and New York, and I mean, I've done it.
The bikes are.
I do, and I find I got more assertive.
The bikes are the weirdest thing, and they'll start at the back of the pack and work their way up to the front at the red light and take off.
Yeah.
A lot more reason. That's the only way you can do it. You got to make a game.
I feel like I'm in a video game.
And
Exactly right.
Bob,
Here you can tell, the cars are just transportation.
I have to tell you, as we were getting on the bus, or as I was coming around that corner, there was a minibus that honked at 2 Vespas coming out, and they looked at each other and smiled and took off after the little minibus. So it becomes a game. If you get honked at, you gotta go beat the dude. So that's why no honking goes on. It becomes competitive.
Yeah.
this is the it's part of the Vatican. This is where the popes would go hang out.
The Pope hangout?
People were attacked like that.
Oh yeah, that's the fort, the Pope's fort, the Swiss Army guys.
The Pope.
Something.
There's a bunch of Swiss Army knives in crevices and cubbyholes.
So that's where they keep them.
Yeah.
Swiss Guard.
Oh, mamma mia. Okay, folks, so welcome back to the coach. So yeah, now, if you like, we go back to the hotel. Do you?
Dinner.
Yes.
Dinner.
For dinner, yeah.
Yeah. Got some response that time.
Okay, so I need to give you always food.
Yes, this group
to make you
always
happy.
food.
Always food and gelato.
Yeah.
Okay, just look here. This is the corridor. Okay, it's not a city wall. This is a corridor connecting the fortress to the left with the Pope Palace to the right. Now you can see it once we go below. Now you can see straight line is going straight to the residence of the Pope under the tunnel. And here it's the fortress Castel Sant'Angelo, St. Angel Castle.
In front of us?
To the left.
To the left, to the left.
That's what that
Yes.
is.
Ask you about, we've gone around it.
Behind these trees. And also here typical trees of the Roman flora. These ones to the left, umbrella pine trees for this very peculiar shape. When it's raining you can stay below these under these trees. Nothing will happen to you. You don't get wet.
Under a pine tree. That's
Yes, and if it's okay, while to the left is coming up the only natural island in the middle of the river. If you've been to Paris, some of you in Paris, they have Ile de la Cité. Here we have the Tiberina Island, Isola Tiberina in Italian. You will see it much better after the traffic light. The Tiberina Island is connecting the two sides of Rome, and it's it's right in front of the Jewish quarter. The Jewish quarter would be to the left-hand side. After the traffic light to the left, you can see also the dome of the synagogue. The Jewish community of Rome is one of the oldest in Europe, if it's not the oldest one. And we have less than 1,000 families with Jewish origins here in Rome. Here you can see to the left, there's the dome of the synagogue, the square dome, and there is the island with the hospital, Fate Bene Fratelli, built over the ruins of the temple of Aesculapius, the god of medicine. There's a church and also nice restaurants. The island is connected with the mainland with the two original Roman bridges built between the 1st century BC and the 1st century AD. Ponte Cestio here and the Ponte Fabricio to the left.
Yes. Wow.
Porsche.
I wonder what that pyramid is up there.
Oh yes, now we are approaching the Piramide Cestia. Okay, while here we are in another section of the city called Testaccio. Testaccio nowadays is popular for the pubs at night, but this name is very ancient, as Testaccio comes from the pieces of jars and the bottles broken. They were put in one area of the city only, and it was here. So after years and years of adding these ruined bottles and jars on the same place, they formed a big artificial hill made with this material. The hill was almost as high as its St. Peter Basilica nowadays. So that's why they call it Testaccio later, and we still have that name to recognize this popular place of Rome. Now we are coming next to the city walls of Rome, where we have a pyramid. Yes, a pyramid like in Egypt. Maybe not like the ones in Giza with the three famous ones. It's a little bit smaller, this one, but it has Egyptian origins. As you know the story of Julius Caesar and Cleopatra? Yes, okay, only one answered. So
John knows.
John knows everything. Okay.
About Cleopatra.
All right. So
You're talking about Richard Burton.
yes, Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. Well, Julius Caesar fell in love with Egypt, not only with Cleopatra, also with Egypt, and he brought the fashion of Egypt here in Rome. So pharaohs used to be buried inside a pyramid. So Romans, those who could afford it of course, decided that when some of them died, they preferred to be buried inside a pyramid like a pharaoh. So that's what this Roman consul called Caio Caesio made in the 1st century before Christ, the same one who built the bridge connecting the mainland with the Tiberina island. The same one asked to be buried inside this pyramid coming up to your right hand side. And this pyramid is in the middle of the partially ruined city walls of Rome, built in the 4th century after Christ. So you have in this case another example of eternal city. 1st century before Christ pyramid, 4th century after Christ city walls, these brown bricks to the left and to the right, and the square of course is a modern one, and designed during the 30s of the last century, so 20th century. You have over 2000 years of history in this small place. Yes. Then around the square to the left. Okay, straight, the square to the left.
It's a festival, yeah.
The city wall was built after the pyramid, or before?
Oh yes, the city walls were built after the pyramid.
And so they used the pyramid.
And they used the pyramid as a city walls as well. Yes.
Part of the city wall.
As a part of the city walls. In that case, they saved some time and also some money to build the city walls. They are here to the left hand side. This is the area where the Apostle St. Paul was founded and then beheaded. In fact, ahead we have one of the biggest basilicas in the world, St. Paul Basilica, with the grave of the Apostle St. Paul as well.
And there's heads in there?
Yes, well, that's what the tradition says. Modern part of Rome. And this area called EUR, Universal Roman Exhibition, this area was reformed during the fascism, during the Mussolini's time. This is the widest road we have in Rome, Christopher Columbus, and is connecting Rome with the coast, with the beach of Ostia.
Let's go there.
The beach of Austria?
Ostia, not Austria.
Okay.
Ostia. In Austria they don't have any beach,
I was
sea.
gonna ask him if he was, if he was
Beautiful lakes, but no water, no sea, no ocean.
I say yes to the beach.
Okay, so to the left hand side we have the squared Colosseum. That's the Roman civilization palace built by Mussolini to symbolize the power of the emperor during the fascism. Meanwhile, here in front of us to the left there's a church looking like St. Peter's Basilica. This is the church of St. Peter and St. Paul, built as well by Mussolini to symbolize the power of the Pope. So the power of the Pope, the power of the emperors, both are meaning the power of Mussolini when he was dictator of Italy during the fascism for 20 years.